What's up, everybody? This is your boy Tech Supreme, and you are now listening to Rent Free with Tech Supreme, Episode 4. Sorry for the delay, but I am back. This is a different setup. This actually is my stream setup, and I was kind of thinking that this would be easier for me to hop in and out of doing this if I don't have to root everything over and move it over to the bar, which is right here. So, it's a different setup, but I like it. I think it's going to make a lot better videos, pretty much. My lighting rig's right here. I don't even have all my lights on, so I think it looks pretty good. So that's what we're gonna rock with. And plus, I have my studio here, so I can record and everything. This episode, I didn't make show notes, and normally I always make show notes, but this time I just wanted to talk about New Orleans, because that's where I went for my birthday. I had a big birthday, the 40-year-old birthday. Feeling really old, but still looking really young. So my wife took me to New Orleans. So I read this thing that said it's oar as in like a boat oar, and lens as in camera lens. So Orleans, New Orleans, not New Orleans, not New Orleans, New Orleans. The fuck. But yeah. So my wife took me to New Orleans. It's so hard to once you hear it one way, your whole life. And we brought some friends with us. My friends Sarah, Melanie, Nate, and Aisha. And we had a good time. We were there from Thursday to Monday. We arrived Thursday, left Monday. It was a crazy fun weekend. But I want to talk about, because I love New Orleans, and I want to talk about some of the food that we had, because the drinks are the drinks. The drinks are always good, always fun, except for the sugar bombs. I'm not really a big fan of those. But the food was amazing, and it always is. So without further ado, let's just hop into my top 10 favorite things about New Orleans this trip, and I'm gonna go in order. So there's just 10 things, basically, not a top 10. There's just 10 things that I did that I enjoyed, or I'm just gonna talk about. The first thing was Erin Rose. That you guys see the shirt, Erin Rose. It's a bar that's in the French Quarter. I think it is Conti, and they have the frozen Irish drinks, and it was absolutely amazing. It's my wife's favorite place. I don't know if it's because her name's Erin, and that's kind of how we discovered it. It was like, oh, that looks cool, let's try that out. But absolutely fantastic drinks. It's like my type of spot. It's a dive bar. Your boy likes dive bars. It was just the great. Like, we went to the Airbnb, and then we dropped off our luggage because we weren't allowed to check in yet, and it was hot as could be. I was immediately, as soon as I touched down, sweating profusely. But we got over to the French Quarter, walked down there, went to Erin Rose, and just like chilled out, drank, and just like kind of was the first introduction to New Orleans this trip, and it was great. It was absolutely perfect. I went and grabbed some food around the corner at this spot called Killer Po' Boys, which is something that I saw in a YouTube video prior to. And I seen Killer Po' Boys before. The first time I was at Erin Rose, they had it in the back, but I don't think they were even open, and they still weren't open now. So they had a new location around the corner, so I tried that out. And honestly, it was good. It was good because it wasn't fried, but it wasn't that great. I got my wife got the seared shrimp po' boy, and I got the pork belly po' boy. And the pork belly wasn't crisp. It was just kind of like soggy, which is kind of gross for pork belly. And the seared shrimp, it was okay. It had it was more like a shrimp banh mi sandwich. My wife does not like carrots, so she wasn't a big fan. So that wasn't that fire. But as the time went on, our two of our friends got in town. Nate and Aisha got in town. Sarah wasn't able to come until Friday, but that was a whole like flight fiasco. Her flight got canceled. So we ended up going to this place called Mambo's. Now, I had heard the Uber driver. I don't know why I couldn't think of Uber. The Uber driver suggested that we go to Mambo's. And it was on the Strip. And always when it comes to like touristy stuff, like when stuff's on the Strip, I always kind of like worry about if it's going to be good or not. Because it's like the tourist spot, right? But when I tell you this food was fire, it was fucking fire, dude. Like, we got the crawfish poutine, which is a Canadian dish of French fries and gravy and cheese curds. But theirs was like a different take on it. But it was with crawfish to die for. Absolutely fire. We also got the nachos. I forgot what was on the nachos. I believe it was some type of this is not. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can look. Combo seafood. New Orleans Mambos. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. That's another reason why I like having it over here because I can just look up stuff real quick. So that's the Cajun crawfish poutine that we had, which was fire. I don't see the nachos. Don't see the nachos. This is the menu though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but we ordered nachos. I know that for a fact. They were delicious. Absolutely fire. I had the jambalaya pasta for an entree. Absolutely fire. Super, super good. So yeah, that was like the first amazing food experience that we had was that Thursday. We went to a place called 13 Bar. This was in the French Quarter, Frenchman Street. That was cool. It was an empty bar, so I just needed somewhere to chill. And then, Melanie and my wife stayed at the Airbnb, and me, Nate, and Aisha went to the Treme Hideaway, which our friend was a bartender who's from St. Louis and moved down there. Leslie, she's super awesome. It was this crazy club that was playing like this super bounce music with a band, and the drinks were flowing, and your boy had a good time. Simple as that. It was awesome. The people were funny. There was this old black dude who he put his hand towel over his drink because I guess he was scared someone was gonna roofie him. But I was like, dude, you're safe. Like I didn't tell him that, but like I just started laughing about it, and he was getting like curved left and right. Like he was a getting curved master. He was just so out like trying to mac and just failing miserably. It was pretty funny to see. Friday, we ended up going to Cafe Fleur de Lis, which is the second time I've been there. It was pretty good. It was solid. It was all right. I had a seafood omelet, which was pretty good. And it's funny because I'm not a seafood guy at all. And this trip, I'm eating seafood left and right. Like, it was so good. And I think I realized that it's not that I don't like seafood. I just don't like St. Louis seafood. It's just not fresh enough. It's not good enough. It tastes real fishy. Whatever. On our way from Cafe Fleur de Lis, we stopped at Fat Tuesdays, which we were looking for a place to get frozen drinks, and this was by far the best frozen drink I've ever had. Shout out to Narwhals in St. Louis. They're delicious, but Fat Tuesday just had it going on. We ended up going there a few times this trip, and I'm not really big on the frozen drinks. I'm not really big on sugary sweet drinks, but that was fire. So if you see a Fat Tuesday, get the sports bottle or get the souvenir cup. Keep coming back for the refills and keep having a good time with those drinks. It's amazing. So I wanted to go to Willie's Chicken, right? It's a place that's all over French Quarter. It's a touristy kind of spot, I think. It's not really that, it's just that kind of like run-of-the-mill fried chicken. And Nate and Aisha were like, nah, we're going to Willie Mae's Chicken. I'm going to take you to some real fried chicken. So we had to wait. We got there at like 2 o'clock. They closed at like 3 o'clock or something like that. And we're waiting outside. It's hot. It's it just got done raining, so it's like real humid. And we're sitting here waiting, and we ended up waiting for like 40 minutes. We had someone go in there and ask if it's possible to we're going to be able to get in with the time, and they were like, we got you, you're good. We got in, and goddamn it was the best fried chicken. It was literally the best fried chicken I've ever had. I had a breast that was literally the juiciest breast that I've ever had in my entire life. It was so good and perfect. The service was great. The people who worked there were hilarious, super nice. Willie Mae's fried chicken, awesome. Near the end of the night, we went to a spot called the Lebanon Grill, which was a shawarma place, kind of like a Mediterranean place. Service was not really good. They were kind of rude. It was like near the end of their night, I guess. I guess they closed at 10. We got there like 9 something. They were really rude, but it was okay. The food wasn't that good. I mean, I really didn't fuck with it. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Whenever I go out of town, I make a list of everywhere I went. That's why I'm looking at a list right now. And I like to talk about where I went. I like to talk about like what exactly I thought about it, what I had if I wrote it down good enough. But it was just okay. We stopped by Rick's Cabaret, which is a place that me and my wife love to frequent. Not the inside, but the outside bar. There's a bartender there named Brittany, which we actually saw this time. That's just super funny, super quirky. It's just a good time. It's a great place to people watch. A great place to kind of not like to be on Bourbon Street, but then not like be in the crowd, but kind of just like observing it and still drinking and having a good time. So we did that, and then we ended up doing Tuesdays again, which was again delicious. And then I think we stopped by 13 Bar, and then we came back to the Airbnb and did the pool, because the Airbnb we had, that's a whole different story. I'm gonna get into that. Saturday, I went to a local spot around the corner from the Airbnb, which is kind of just north of the French Market. And it was a place called Louise. Everyone was super nice there. I got a breakfast sandwich, which was absolutely fire. It was supposed to be on the everything bagel, but they failed the everything part. I don't understand that at all. But just happened here. And then I think my number one favorite place to eat was Isaac Toups restaurant, Toups Meatery. Now I saw him on YouTube a few months ago, and he's a character, and I enjoy his character. So I found his restaurant, got reservations. I wasn't sure if everyone was gonna be down to go, but then I realized that Nate Aisha had it on their list already, 2 places to go. So not only did I go, I bought his book there. Awesome. He actually signed it because he was there, so that was cool. Got to meet him. That was pretty dope. And the food. Let's talk about the fucking food, dude. I never had a better steak. Never. It was the best. I ordered the Wagyu steak. It literally the best steak I've ever had. I can't really. I don't think it's on the everyday menu. I'm looking at the menu now. It was on. We were there, I guess, during brunch time. Insanely good steak, and it wasn't even cooked to the temperature that I wanted it to be. It's a little bit past medium rare, but it was melt in your mouth with every bite have flavor. We also got the a meat plate, and it had a whole bunch of different stuff on it. And I think the only thing no one liked universally was like this liver mousse pate thing. That wasn't that good, but man, they had like chicken hearts on it, boudin balls, cracklins. It was just amazingly good, super just delicious. That whole meal, I think that was my favorite meal of the trip, for sure. Plus the experience of meeting someone like that you like on YouTube and getting his book, which I already started to order, but I ended up like, no, if I'm gonna go there in a couple months, I'll just get it there. They have to sell it. They did, and it was good. Later that night, we were struggling to find a place to go, so we went to this place called The Yard. Don't go there. And then we stopped at Molly's Irish Bar. I don't know how I felt about that because I didn't write my reaction, but I don't know. I don't remember if it was just a bar we just went into. Oh no, that was at the end of the night with Sarah, because Sarah was in town at this point, and she actually did make it in town Friday. But me and Sarah went there. Kind of after everyone kind of like tapped out, we went back out. We went to Molly's Irish Bar and just kind of posted up. It was like actually kind of interesting because the bartender was talking about how like their place usually like doesn't pop off, even though it's right off of Bourbon Street. It doesn't really pop off until like afterwards, like when all the other places close, and then all the service people go there. So it was a cool little like dive bar again, and I love me some dive bar, so I was with it. Sunday was my actual birthday day. So, a lot of pressure on this day for it to be the last day and then for it to be my birthday. And I feel like my expectations may have been like skewed a little bit on like days. Like it's a weird day for me because I'm turning 40. That's weird. So like I think my energy wasn't where it should have been, and I do apologize to the people I was with. I don't think it was that bad, but like I did at one point get a little pouty at the end of the night, and I recognized that was toxic. Wasn't cool, and I don't think I let it on too much, and I ended up still having a good time. Absolutely had a good time. Once we hit this one bar, it's called Maison. We had a great time. The band was perfect. They sang me happy birthday. It was insane. I got emotional. I looked over and I was like, saw all my friends there. I was super, happy about that. Went to Parkway Bakery early in the day and got a po' boy, which is a place that I've originally like really loved. But this time, I felt like the bread was too hard on the po' boy, but that's like semantics, I guess. Like it wasn't that serious. Went to a place called Melba's, which they have really good wings, but the service was so bad. It was a hood spot. We got Uber to the hood spot. It was good service though. No, it was bad service, but good food. It was really bad service, really good food. But they were so nice. But like the lady who took our order, what made it bad was the lady who took our order pretty much gave us what she wanted to give us. Like no one really got what they ordered. And and then my food came out ice cold. So I sent it back, and they were super nice about it. So shout out Melba's, because they were super, super nice about everything. Like, the people who actually like dealt with the customers were super nice, and they tried the best to make it a great experience. And the food was really good. It was a little rough getting it. So I still give them. I would order from them again. They were good. We ended the night at just walking around Bourbon Street. Now, by this time, everyone was kind of done drinking, and I was still trying to drink because it was still my birthday, but like it just wasn't vibing. So we ended up. Some people went to a place called Clover Grills on Bourbon Street. It's a 24-hour burger spot. Some people ate that. Some people just kept it moving, and then we kind of called it a night, kind of chill. But that was kind of like the end of the trip. Monday we were leaving late because we didn't want to be hungover or whatever. But I don't think anyone had that problem because I don't think everyone drank as much last night. But we did go by Erin Rose because Sarah saw us go to Erin Rose on social media. She wanted to check it out, get one of the frozen drinks, so we did that. And then we ate some Mambos to end the trip, and it was just as good. I think I ordered the barbecue shrimp, and I never really had barbecue shrimp like that. It was absolutely fire. It made me upset that like the food here isn't as good. Like that style of food that's here. I won't say the names because I love the restaurants here, but don't hold up a match to them. There's nothing they can really do about it either. Like it just is what it is. But yeah, that was our trip at the airport, which they just remodeled the airport. It was completely like just dope places in the airport. I know my wife and Melanie got Cafe de Monde at the airport because we weren't fucking with that line on whatever street that is. But the airport was super nice. Now let's talk about the Airbnb. The Airbnb is a place called the Chateau, I don't know, but it's like this complex that they have. It's just like I said, it's like 5-minute walk from French Market, and this is like 4 or 5 houses with a little townhouse in the back, and every house, everywhere you look, is like an Instagram scene. I'm not even joking. I don't feel like I got enough photos of it, but it was like Instagram-worthy backgrounds with neon signs and rose walls. It was super dope. The pool was dope. The staff was dope. The living quarters was dope. It worked. I think everyone was pretty happy with the living situation, the staying situation. Now, the time before that, we did the Marriott, which was right off of Canal Street, right around the corner. And that was cool when it was just me and my wife. But this was geared for more people, and it was definitely worth it. If you get a chance, the Shodo, it's on the Airbnb. Fuck with it. They were super awesome, super nice. It was a really good time. And that was really the New Orleans trip. I would definitely go back. I would definitely do that again. I don't know when, but I did realize I've always wanted to live in New Orleans, but I kind of realized like I don't think it's for me because like it's kind of just I will probably can see myself getting burnt out on the whole atmosphere of it. Even though I still think it's a beautiful city, I love the architecture, I love the energy, I love the people, I love the accent, I love the food primarily. But also, I just think it's a great place to visit. Great place to visit. So if you never made it to New Orleans or you wanted some recommendations, I think these are some really solid recommendations. I went through a lot of trial and error because this is my 3rd time being there, and I've always written down a list, sans the first time, of where we go. Plus, I got a list of people I know, and then like Nate and Aisha go all the time. I know Sarah's gone a few times, and Melanie loves New Orleans. So she goes a lot. So we already kind of had an idea of where to go. This was one of my favorite trips for food and for hanging out with friends ever. It's hands down ever. And I think that's my New Orleans episode. Thank you for listening. Tech Supreme, Rent Free with Tech Supreme, episode 4. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube and you see this, hit the like button. It helps every single video, helps me get more traction. I'm trying to grow, as you understand, as you can feel, you're here. If you're on your favorite music streaming software, listening to this on the podcast, subscribe it. And do one thing that's super important is to tell a friend. Like, just share it. That's free, and it does so much for my content and what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to create. And if you like it, why not, right? I'd like to end the episode on a positive note. Have a good day. Have a good week. Hope you guys survive the 4th, which just passed. I hope everyone has a good energy going forward. Kind to everyone they come in contact with, they come across. I hope you enjoy the new background because this is way more easier than shifting everything over. And again, Tech Supreme, I will see you guys next time. Peace, thank you, and good night.
Listen, you're rec free.